What's up, guys? This is Ray. Welcome to Asian Films, and today we'll be talking about the 2007 Japanese film Crow Zero, directed by Miike Takashi and starring Oguri, Shun, and Yamada Takayuki. And this is the first movie in the trilogy that we'll be talking about. And for what I understand, Crow Zero is a prequel to the manga series Crows. I'm not sure if Crows Explode is included in the prequel story, but I know at least the Crow Zero movies are. And long story short, what I like about the Crows movies is that, it has elements of gangster Yakuza movies, those kinds of tropes into a high school setting, and it makes for some fun entertainment. So let me tell you a little bit about the story of Crow Zero, well, at least the first one. It's about this boy by the name of Genji, played by Oguri Shun, and he's a transfer student to this high school, Suzerain all boys high school, and it's a high school that's almost like post-apocalyptic, or that's just my interpretation. There's no law and order, at least the type that's executed by teachers. There's no authority figure running the show. It's all about the boys, all about the students, and pretty much everyone is a gangster or a gangster in the making, and everyone seems to be part of some kind of gang or clique. Usually it seems like it's all arranged by different classes. I'm not really sure how that works, but anyway, Genji, he aims to be at the top of the school. He wants to be the big boss, but in order to do that, he has to defeat the current big boss, who is Serizawa, played by Yamada Takayuki. But in order to be able to even touch Serizawa and his massive army of fellow students, he has to accumulate his own army in order to do battle with him. So he rounds up all different sorts of folks from different classes for the eventual ultimate showdown with Serizawa. So as far as a positive Crow Zero, well, it's fun and entertaining, as I alluded to earlier. There are many scenes of just raw action and violence, and some amazing stunt work, I gotta say, and they're all done by huge groups. I don't know how many people are in some of the bigger fight scenes in this movie. They're definitely like in the 50s and 60s, maybe even hundreds possibly, but there are tons of people working at the same time, and they are all 100% into it. And this movie is by any means a martial arts movie. This movie is full of just raw punches and kicks and wrestling moves, and it's really fun. It gives it a lot of personality. And there are a lot of Yakuza lingo, those rolling R's that we almost hear every delinquent or gangster say in these types of works. And it's all sorts of fun. And I gotta say, I do love the two leads in this movie. First of all, I'm a fan of both actors, Oguri Shun and Yamada Takayuki. But, their characters, Genji and Serizawa, I think between the two characters, I was more of a fan of Serizawa just because he displayed a lot more character, a lot more appealing points in his story. Genji, of course, he's the main hero, is a protagonist, so he's the de facto guy to get behind. But I think, when you compare the two, Genji is just kind of dull in personality. Not really dull. I mean, like, he doesn't have much going for him other than that he wants to prove himself, get to the top, take the school, beat down Serizawa, and basically just say F you to his dad, who is the leader of his own Yakuza gang. I mean, don't get me wrong, with Genji, he shows a lot of charm when he's actually recruiting folks, but I think, other than that, like, Serizawa just has a whole lot more personality. We don't know as much about Serizawa's background as we do Genji's, but I guess there's a balance between these two characters like that. And for those of you guys who are fans of Miike, I think there's a lot of Miike-isms in this movie to satisfy the types of stuff you're looking for. Like, I mean, there's that bowling scene which Serizawa just knocks down a bunch of guys wearing bowling pin outfits, and it's just kind of wacky, something you can almost expect from a manga. But then Miike, I think he adapts so many anime manga that this kind of thing is just like nothing when it comes to live action adaptations. It all seems normal in a Miike movie. As far as the negatives I have to say about Crow Zero, well, it's got to be the character of Kuroki Mesa, Ruka. She's pretty much the only lead female in the story. Don't get me wrong, Kuroki Mesa is a beautiful actress. She is definitely one of the hottest actresses working in Japan, although she hasn't been entirely active since Lupin the Third as far as movies are concerned. But her casting in this movie, it was I don't know how close to the source material if she's even in the source material at all, Ruka is. But she was pretty much a throwaway character, pretty much in there to balance out the testosterone, and as well as being a plot device that moves Genji into the final battle. And you can tell, you can feel that she's put in this movie to kind of build up to some kind of romantic plot point between her and Genji, because of course the lead boy and the lead girl, of course it's going to happen. But you know, when they're on screen, there is little to no chemistry at all. You don't even know that there's some kind of romantic tension. They're just like, you know, there's a boy and a girl that's on screen together. You know, there are some scenes that try to connect the two on a social level, but nothing just ever comes out of it, and eventually gets forgotten about, and they don't ever go back to it. And when it comes to the soundtrack of this movie, there are a lot of cool rock tracks that really give this raw feeling that something is about to go down. But whenever Kuroki Mesa, not all the time, but there are like 2 scenes that she has in this movie that she just sings her pop songs, because Kuroki Mesa is a singer and model and actress. She's one of those multi-talents, but her music is just like one of those bad like pop songs that don't belong anywhere at all in this movie. And this movie definitely could have done without any of her tracks. And also, as much as I love Yamada Takayuki's character Serizawa, there are a few inconsistencies I thought they just never followed through on. They just kind of gave up. Like, they introduced him in a quite stellar way, I gotta say, as this kind of dunce, if you will. It seems like this dunce is like, he's like getting into run-ins with the police. He doesn't know, he pretends he knows how to ride the bike, and ends up crashing, like hitting his head on the side of a car. And he does all these stupid things that are just hilarious. And you know, and even some of the earlier interactions between he and Genji, they were fun. They're a lot more like a comedic duo than two rivals are about to battle each other. And they didn't really keep that consistent. They kind of dropped it about halfway through and just never got around to it. You know, Serizawa, he showed a lot of his personality in the first half of the movie, but then towards the end, he just became your typical final boss that the main character has to go through, and I felt that was a missed opportunity. But overall, Crow Zero, it was fun and entertaining, and there are a lot of themes relating to friendship and brotherhood and loyalty and honor, as you can expect from these Yakuza gangster movies. And all the tropes that you like about gangster movies are in this movie. It's a lot of fun to watch. I definitely recommend if you want something fun and action-packed and almost near mindless, because I think, I don't know, I think this movie doesn't have a lot of depth per se, but there is just a lot of fun to be had when watching this movie. And I definitely recommend watching the other 2 movies in this trilogy, Crows Zero 2 and Crows Explode, because I think each and every movie offers something entertaining in their own right. But yes, those are my thoughts on Crow Zero. What did you guys think? Please let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe. And if you really dig my content, please know you can support Asian Films via Patreon from as little as $1. And yeah, that's about it for me, guys. And as always, everyone, thank you so much for watching, and hope to catch you all again in the next video. Take it easy.